Hey everyone, I'm Diego Viteri. Welcome to a new video, Viteri Boxing. Today I'm going to teach you the most important combination. If you have this combination, the 1-2, you're going to have any other combination because in this combination you're going to get all the fundamentals, all the things that you need in order to get more advanced combinations. So let's begin with the video. I'm going to teach you step by step how to do it correctly. Whenever you have more than one punch, it's a combination. So 1-2 is the most common combination. And always in a combination, you have two things, a setup punch and a finisher. So the first thing we're gonna drill, it's gonna be with agility ladder. Your lead foot is gonna be inside the ladder and your rear foot is gonna be outside the ladder. And what I want you to do is to walk each step with a punch, okay? So when I walk with my lead leg, I'll throw my jab. When I walk with my rear leg, I'll throw my cross, okay? So I go 1-2, I go 1-2, 1-2. Remember, when you get with the punch, you have to land with the ball of the foot. Okay, so you land with the ball of the foot. Once you finish, you bring it back, and the other foot is going to land as the same. Okay, so this is just to make sure you got the basic steps. Okay, what this is going to do is that you're going to walk always the same distance. It means that if your lead leg walks one square, the other leg has to walk the same amount of distance. You can never walk one and bring the other leg too close to the other leg, because then you'll be out of balance. Okay? So make sure to work a southpaw and orthodox, this for 3 minutes, okay? When we talk about the 1-2, normally we are going to talk about a closed stance, which means orthodox versus orthodox or southpaw versus southpaw. In this case, you already learned the basic steps, how to walk, but if you know that that's not enough to land to your opponent. And that's why you normally see people that when they want to land their cross, they don't do it with a straight punch. They'll go over their lead arm. And it's okay, that's another type of punch, but you have to be able to land to your opponent in a straight line. Okay, so what do I have to do in order to land my cross? Because that's the one that I want to land. The jab is just the setup punch. It's the one that opens the space in order for me to land the cross. So once I'm here with my opponent as an orthodox, you have to make sure that your lead leg is aligned. That's why it's called a closed stance, because my rear arm is not going to land. If I throw it with the basic 1-2 as I did before, pam, pam, it's going to land in his lead arm. So I'm not going to land. So how can I do to make sure that I'm aligned with his chin, with his center line? What I have to do is I have to walk 45 degrees forward, okay? So once I'm going to do this, I'm going to walk with the jab going 45, and then the 2 is here. So you make sure that the 2 is actually pointing to in the middle of the 2 of his feet, okay? So now my shoulder is in between, my shoulder is between his 2 shoulders or his 2 legs. Now I can line, I'm aligned, but at the same time, when I do this, when I go with the 1-2, he's also aligned with me. It means that he can also catch me with a cross. Okay? So make sure to always take your head out of the center line. So this is the second thing you have to do. Once you have the basic steps, you have to walk in a 45-degree angle, and you have to take your head out of the center line. That's it. Okay? So this is a setup punch. You don't wanna turn your hip, because this will take longer for your cross to land. Okay? So the first jab, since it's a setup, is just a little step. It's just a setup, and this one I'll land, and now I'll bring my head out of the center line. Okay? I turn my hip, and I don't stay here. I bring my lead arm in front of my face. So that way I'm covering completely of my opponent, and this way I can land my opponent, and he's not going to catch me. Now, what happens if you are in an open stance? It means orthodox versus southpaw. You need to know, and this is the most important thing in human chess, how you are both fighters' position. Because if he's a southpaw and I'm an orthodox, and I do the same technique as I showed you before, you're never going to land to your opponent. He's southpaw and I do this, I'm not going to land anyone. Okay, so how can I do to bring my cross in the middle of his legs, in the middle, in his center line? Okay, this you have to make sure that this is risky. And you've seen now, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, when they fight someone with the opposite stance, they'll do this, but they have to make sure that to lower the level in order to slip his rear punch. So from here, what I'm going to do, I have to step in. I have to step in because I have to bring my shoulder in between his legs. boom, my jab here. But I'm lowering my level. I'm from here, I do a little step, just 1, 2 here, boom, boom, 1, 2 here, okay? His leg is still aligned with me, but I am bending and I'm completely protected with my shoulder, okay? So I'll bring here, I'll go bam, bam, 1, 2. I'll bring my leg inside, a little step, I go boom, boom, 1, 2. And now I'll drop my weight. And from here you can move out and always making sure that normally when you see an open stance, fighter are gonna look to move away from the lead leg, moving away. They're gonna try to maybe look here and throw punches. But sometimes it's gonna work a lot because you're gonna surprise your opponent. So you're gonna move here, you go boom, boom, and you surprise him. Okay? So normally, yes, you will move outside of his lead leg, but you have to know how to throw the 1, 2 also in an open stance. Thanks everyone for watching my video. Remember to subscribe and leave me a comment below. And if you want to train with me, don't forget to scan this QR code. And if you need it, it's in the description below to the link. So I'll see you so we can train together in my online gym. Or you can continue watching these videos, but they're not as complete as the classes that you will see online, my courses online. So see you there.